Let's talk about why you should not be eating the oh-so-famous Oreo cookies. If you know how to read an ingredient label, it should be easy to know that you shouldn't eat these cookies.
Just gonna venture a guess here and say that he probably doesn't know how to read an ingredient label or understand what the ingredients actually are. Let's see.
For starters, and no surprise, we have canola oil. Look up how canola oil is made and you will know you don't want to eat anything with canola oil.
Well, you're right. I'm not surprised you started with canola oil. Seems to be the common fear-mongering ingredient going on around here, so why not just copy what you hear everybody else saying about it? I'm just surprised he didn't go with the common inflammatory claim. So yes, you can Google how specific ingredients are made. You might think that they sound scary if you're not familiar with certain processes, but that doesn't mean that the ingredient is bad for you or that you should avoid it. And I have a whole playlist on canola oil and other vegetable and seed oils if you want to check that out, but there's a ton of misinformation regarding those oils right now.
We've also got high fructose corn syrup, which is linked to obesity, diabetes, and liver issues.
I have a few videos on high fructose corn syrup as well, but it's just fructose and glucose in a similar ratio as both honey and sucrose, and those all exert similar metabolic effects on our bodies. Now, of course, foods that are high in sugar content can more easily contribute to excess calories in the diet, but this isn't something unique to just high fructose corn syrup. That goes for, any forms of added sugar, whether it be just regular sugar, honey, maple syrup, coconut sugar, whatever it is. It's also a common misconception that high fructose corn syrup is pure fructose when that's not the case. It's high fructose corn syrup because it's higher in fructose to that of just regular corn syrup, which is purely glucose.
Artificial flavors is another huge red flag. The chemical combination in artificial flavors is known to cause high blood pressure, DNA mutations, infertility, and lowers testosterone.
I've talked about flavors quite a bit on my page, and none of those claims that he's making about flavors are true. Of course, no evidence is presented because there is no evidence to back up those claims. Not to mention that different flavors are made up of different compounds. So if you're making a claim like this, you would need to be very specific about what flavor you're talking about, what compounds you're talking about, and then provide evidence. Obviously, he did not do that.
You're also going to be consuming heavy metals with these cookies because the cacao is processed with alkali and the enriched flour has added iron.
All right, at this point, I'm just convinced he's a troll and he's just doing this for attention because, yes, enriched flour has added vitamins and minerals. Iron is something that our bodies need, and added vitamins and minerals are not a bad thing. Alkalized cocoa powder just means it's treated with an alkali solution to decrease the acidity of the cocoa powder. This gives the cocoa powder a little bit darker color. It also brings the pH closer to neutral.
Lastly, the GMO ingredients, soy, corn, and wheat are going to be sprayed highly with glyphosate.
First, GMO does not equal glyphosate. Glyphosate tolerance is one of many traits that are selected for when creating a GMO. Second, there is no GMO wheat in the US. There's one variety of GMO wheat that was recently approved in Argentina, but no, this is not GMO wheat. Not that it matters because GMO isn't something scary or to be avoided anyway. Not to mention, no crops are highly sprayed with glyphosate. That just shows he knows nothing about agriculture. Eat the Oreos and stop listening to people like him.